to nip all this stuff in the bud about fights and tell you my side of the story, because I obviously seen the promoter, whoever he is, on Brett's channel. Now, this is the way you've got to see it from my point of view. This guy's approached me weeks ago. He approached me weeks ago. This is why I've not acted on it or done anything about it, because it's all smoke and mirrors for me. Right, when you're trying to sell an event on the back of singers or A-list celebrities, for me, alarm bells start ringing straight away. Okay, so this guy's approached me and said that he had a big offer for me. No talk of any money whatsoever. Just said he's got he's going to be doing a big event, and mentioned the numbers, 50,000 people. There's going to be famous singers singing there, and straight away I turned my nose up at it, because at the end of the day, right, this guy, no offence to him, but he's obviously a beginner as a promoter. He's never put on an event before, right? And I've heard it all. It's all the same stuff I've heard in the past. There's a big event, there's going to be 50,000 people, blah, 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 but no talk of any money. No talk of offering me, he is 20 grand, he is 30 grand, Decca. This is what I'm going to be giving you for the fight. No. What this guy's doing is actually trying to sell an event on the back of professional singers and have all these YouTubers fight on the event, right? At the end of the day, if it was going to be that big an event, right, you wouldn't have Brett May as the main event, would you? Right, and this is no offence to Brett. I mean, he calls me all sorts of names and goes on and on about me, right? But the man's on one fight, right, and he quit in the 3rd round. Okay, listen, I'm not the greatest fighter out there, but all my fights are on YouTube for people to see that I actually fight. I turn up and I get it on. Okay, one thing I'm not going to do is go with the back and forth with this. Is at the end of the day, I was approached by this fella who's on Brett's channel, and he sold this fantasy story to me. Now, when someone comes to me and says, right, I'm putting on a 50,000 show, straight away I'm like, nah. BKFC were doing 10,000 shows. Me and Brett May couldn't sell a 50,000 show. We probably couldn't sell a 10,000 show. We're not big enough names to do that. Now, what this guy is doing is he is using famous singers like Jordan McCann, Fat Joe in America. He's using these names to butter up all the fighters, for them fighters to come to him and want to fight. Or I'll fight on the show, I'll get to meet all these famous singers. It's a load of rubbish, man. At the end of the day, right, you sell a fight on the fighters who are fighting. You don't sell a fight on celebrities, and I don't believe any of it, right? And that's for me to believe. Okay, I've had it all in the past, man. I've had people come to me with offers, and to be honest, I fell for it sometimes in the past, where this time I'm not. My head switched on, right, and alarm bells rang for me straight away as soon as 50,000 people were going to be mentioned at a show. Okay, and then he started railing off all these singers and people like that, and I'm like, nah. Do you know how much it would cost to have these singers appear at the show? Right, these people who want to promote and get into promoting, they don't understand the money that has to be put in the show for it to be a success. People just think, oh, and not just that, guys. No, he never offered me. He never said to me about a fight with Brett. I've never once bottled away from Brett May. He's never even asked me or said to me, right, I'm putting you on main event against him. I'm not being funny, but Brett May needs to prove himself. He needs to go out there and have actual fights, because I'm proven. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to bare knuckle fighting, I've not been beat. I've drew fights, but I've not been beat in a bare knuckle fight. Now, you got Brett, he's coming on. The thing is, Brett started all this with the prison story. False prison story, okay? It never happened in a month of Sundays, okay? I don't know why he come out with that. Was it to sell a fight when he got out, when I get out of prison? Because Brett was out before me, and as far as I'm concerned, I've been out since December, and I've not once seen him get in shape for a fight. And he's supposed to have been fighting Luke Dyson, Paul, and I'm not being funny, but he couldn't lace especially Paul, he couldn't lace his gloves, man. There's just so much talk. The thing is, guys, don't believe it, okay? like I say, I'm retired. I haven't fought in what my last fight was probably Robbie Brown. When was that? 2023 was it? That's my last fight. I've been very inactive. Okay, I've not sparred. I've not been training to get myself fight fit. Okay, and at the end of the day, it would have to be something life-changing for me to step out of retirement, because at the end of the day, why am I going to spend all that money on getting fit, getting in shape, paying for personal training and doing the pad work and the boxing clubs and all that stuff? Why am I going to waste all my money to gain nothing back from it? Do you know what I mean? And when straight away, when people are coming to me with fantasy offers, because that's what I'm calling them, a fantasy offer, when they're coming to me with straight away 50,000 stadium fight or a festival, not happening. Not happening. Do you know how much you would have to put on to hold that sort of venue? I mean, look at BKFC, the biggest company in the world. They're selling out all over the world, but 10,000, 15,000, 50,000, right, is not going to sell out. And it's not. It's just it's a no, complete and utter no anyway, right? At the end of the day, I was approached, and that was put to me. Famous singers. There wasn't a fight put to me. There wasn't a money offer put to me. Okay, I haven't bottled it from anybody. I've not shied away from anyone. Right, I'm just telling you. I mean, this guy's obviously speaking on Brett's channel. He's obviously in a lot of conversations with Brett. He approached me. I remember him 3 or 4 weeks ago. He must approach me first and says, "I've got a big offer for you." As soon as I heard the offer, I just wasn't interested straight away, because I knew it was all cock and bull. And it's just a pipe dream, trying to sell pipe dream. It's the old saying with promoters, right? They'll sell a dream to fighters just to get the fighters to fight. Oh, Fat Joe and George McCann's going to be sick, and you're going to get to meet them, and you get there. And a lot of fighters are like, "Oh, I love that. I want to do that." And some people will just fight for that case to meet these celebrities. Not me. At the end of the day, no concrete offer was put to me. Okay, no money was put to me. No venue was put to me. All it was a 50,000 festival. And to me, guys, straight away, it's just a no-no. Right, come on. When you're watching the likes of BKFC and people like that, and companies like that filling out 10,000 stadiums, do you honestly think someone that's not promoted a fight before is going to come along and put on a 50,000 stadium fight? No. What's happening is this promoter is obviously using is using tools to get these fighters to fight for him. I mean, some of these fighters would probably sell the soul to the devil and fight for a poxy £1,000, £2,000. Not me. At the end of the day, for me to fight, it would have to be life-changing money. And like I say, I'm happily retired. I've not fought in 3 years. I've not been active. I've not been sparring. Right, and that's me being completely honest. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, for me to come out of that, it would have to be something very, very lucrative. And by the sounds of it, it's not. What it is, this guy's obviously wanting to put all the lads on YouTube on, and that's what he's doing. He's going to build the platform off the YouTubers, and hey, fair play to him. You know, you got your shadow boxer, you got Paul, you got Brett. I don't know who else he's asked, but for me, guys, that's just my side of the story. No offer was put to me, right? No money was ever talked, okay? And I'm not interested in fighting Brett Mayer. The reason being is not proven himself. What have I got to gain, right, from fighting Brett? Just say I fought Brett and I beat him. He's only had one fight. Well, that's not really a good win, is it? For me to come out of retirement would have to be a very lucrative offer against a very lucrative opponent. And for me, like I say, soon as the 50,000 was mentioned, and I switched off here and straight away, because it was just cock and bull. Obviously, a pipe dream's been sold to these lads on YouTube. They're all feeding off it and taking it and buzzing off it. 5 fight contracts, 3 fight contracts. Listen, no contract was ever spoke of to me. No one was ever offered. Like I said, never offered me money. Didn't offer me a contract. Didn't offer me anything. They just said, we've got this big opportunity for you. And I never ran with the idea because I just thought it was a load of rubbish. And that's my say on the matter, guys. So God bless and have a good evening.